coupons.com. How is everybody this morning? It's a beautiful day here in New Jersey, and today is Thursday, May 12th. I always like to say that because if you're looking at this after the fact, you'll know what day I filmed this on. But we are live here. We're in the front of my house. We're really taking risks here today. Number one, I have the dog out here who will bark at anything. Number two, there's bees all over the place, so I might be running in the middle of the video. And number three, the garbage men didn't come yet to pick up our garbage, so it might be loud at some point. But welcome in, everybody. Good morning, Bernadette. Good morning, Jenny. I hope you guys are well. Good morning, Olivia. Oh, there's Koopy. So we are here in the front of my house this morning, and I thought it would be so fun to show you, oh, there's a loud truck, to show you the container gardens that I do every year. I've been doing, this will be my 4th year doing them. They're the ones that sit right next to my front door. We have a covered porch here, so they sit right next to my front door, but I get the most compliments on it, and they are so easy to do, and I use items that are in it to plant into my garden or after the fact, so they get multiple uses, so we don't waste them like an annual would be. I'm looking forward to show you that today. But before I do, I just wanted to mention 2 things. One, there is a kind of a strange coupon, but a good coupon. It's a buy one, get one for a nickel on the Nathan's hot dogs this morning. So you know the barbecue season is coming when you have coupons like that come out. So Megan will leave the link in the comments below, and you guys can take advantage of that coupon. I think you register for it, and then it comes to you on May 28th, which would be right in time for Memorial Day weekend. So she'll leave a comment for that, the link in the comments below for that. The other thing I want to tell you is I got a lot of comments about my necklace yesterday and where did I get it. And I got it from Sense of Style, and I reached out to them yesterday, and I was able to get an exclusive deal. Oh, there comes the truck. There's construction that is being done at the very end of my street, so we get a few trucks coming through here every now and then. But anyway, oh, it sounds great. Great idea broadcasting outside. Oh, thanks. Oh, hi, Cindy. How are you? But anyway, this is a state necklace, and I reached out to Sense of Style, and they gave us an exclusive code for 50% off plus free shipping. So it turned out to be like $12.95 or something like that. So I'm sticking this in here because I'm going to be gardening, and I don't want it to fall out. The great deal, and Megan will give you the link for that if you're interested in that. Oh, she just did. So that is it for that kind of stuff. So I'm going to dig right in. I'm going to take this off of the tripod, and I'm going to pass it over to my husband, who's going to be recording me as I show you the different things that we do, that I put in there, and planting them. So hang on while we readjust here a second. And I'm going to get up. I'm going to turn around, and you should be able to see me. You see me? Mm-hmm. So hello. So we're going to move this over here for now. You going to help me, Koopy? Okay, so I have these 2 pots. You can see me good? Okay. So I have these 2 big pots that I use for the side of my house, and in them, rather than putting a whole bunch of annual flowers, I do something a little bit different. I got these at Ferns at Home Depot for $5 when they were on sale, and I knew that they're not on sale anymore for $5, but I knew that I was going to be using them in the pot, so I grabbed 2 of them. So we're going to be using 2 of those, and then I get hydrangeas. Now these are the Nico Blue, I believe. I think they are. Let me see. They are, oh, this is Penny Mac. Sometimes I get Nico Blue, sometimes I guess Penny Mac, but I thought these were Nico Blue. But anyway, they usually have the blue color on in the flowers, but to get them blue is when they have more acid in them. So you can add like a fertilizer that has more acid in it, and it'll turn more blue. But I use these. Now these I take out at the end of the season, and I plant them on the side of my house so that I have them every year because they come back. Now, if you're not familiar with hydrangeas, you cannot cut them down. If you cut them down, then they won't have any flowers at the top. So you leave all the dead stalks, or the, let me see, do we have one here? Oh, here. Can you go over to this one, Pat? This guy, actually, he didn't make it too well during the winter, so he's growing. It's growing from. Can you come closer? It's growing from the bottom now, but normally these would have the flowers. So this is not going to flower this year because it's growing new stuff. Sometimes that happens if it doesn't make it well through the winter, but normally they would grow right from these stems coming out. And that's where you're going to get your flowering. If they're coming from the bottom, they're not going to flower. So he's not going to flower this year, unfortunately. But I don't know. Sometimes that happens. Anyway, the last thing I use are sweet potato vines. So I buy a couple of these, and I put them on either side. I'm going to show you how I do it in a second. And this just to give some color and texture down the front of the pot. So I'm going to show you how I do it. I know it looks like it's going to be a lot of stuff in that pot, but it does fit. And I have, this is the dirt from last year, and it was pretty good, and I just mixed it up really well. Make sure there were no old root clumps in there. I may have to take some out to get, we'll see. So I'm going to get an area here, and we're going to take this hydrangea plant and dump it out. And rake off some of the roots so that they can grow into the pot. And I like to keep these in the center. You want it to be flat. That's important. You want to make sure that it's flat, that you don't dig a hole and then there is a space between the bottom of the plant and the dirt. So I made sure that it was flat. Dig some up just a little bit so it's even. So I don't want it too high. If I go too high, then the water will just pour out of the pot when we're watering. So I'm actually going to move it forward a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so that looks good. Then we're going to take the fern and do the same thing. I hope you guys can hear me well. You're not too far away. Yeah, they can hear. Ooh, these roots are good. So we're going to place this guy back here. And he sits in there nice and tight. And I have plenty of room for dirt, to put dirt, fresh new dirt around it. So you can see, this will grow up. I don't know if you can see it so far. This will grow, this will grow up and get even bigger. And I might actually just trim a couple of these right here, just so that it's not so high in the front. Then we put in the front here, we put the potato vines right here and here. So these, although you don't see anything now, these will grow down on the pot and really look pretty, cascading down on the pot. So we can have some texture. Then I take some dirt then, and we get fresh dirt, and we just fill right in. So I'll do more of that later, but so you can see how pretty it looks. And these will flower a whole bunch, and they look so pretty up against the house. So I'll do another one of them, and really makes for a pretty arrangement. And it's simple, 3 different plants, that's it. And like I said, I use this over again on the side of the house. Each year I fill another one in. So that is what I do with these plants. I have a whole bunch more plants that I'm going to be planting in other pots. And in my garden, my vegetable garden, I have a bunch that I'm going to be doing there. And I'll share with you some of the vegetable garden once I get that done a little bit more. But I'm going to actually set you back up here and see if Megan has any questions. Hold on. Hello! So we're going to set back up over here. And the garbage men didn't come. Whoops. You there? You guys there? I'm going to sit back down. Ah, hello! There we go. I'm going to sit back down and see if there are any questions for you. Let's see. Well, you're going to join me? You want to say hello? Come here. Say hi. He got his hair cut. He looks so handsome. Say hi. Okay, let's see what we got. Megan. What stores has, Amanda wants to know, what stores has the best deals on gardening supplies? Well, actually, like I said, I got the ferns at Home Depot when they were $5, but I found a local nursery. It's a farm, a family-owned farm. It's called, if you live in the area, it's called Gasco's Farm. It's in Freehold, is that Freehold? No. Near Freehold, New Jersey. I'm not sure what town it's in. Englishtown. It's in Englishtown, New Jersey. They have really great, the garbage men are here. I knew we would be interrupted by the garbage men. He won't be long. He's got to do his job. Anyway, it's called Gasco's in Englishtown, New Jersey, and they are a family farm. It's really big. They have really great prices. For instance, I'm fighting with, he's on his way out. Bye. There we go. The hydrangeas are $14.99. I got the ferns for $5, and the what do you call it? The sweet potato vines were $3. So that's not bad for you know, one pot that you can use continually throughout the rest of the years, you know, especially the hydrangea. But you know, here in New Jersey where I am, this is when you'll be planting, and you should know the areas that you're planting times are. If you planted too early here in New Jersey, you would, you know, have some frost, and we had some cold days. So now it's getting the point where you can really start planting in your vegetable garden or your flower garden. Let's see what else. Oh, lots of questions. Marjorie, is hydrangea suitable for South Florida? They like, oh, I should point out, hydrangeas like shade. They can tolerate like half a day of sun, but they can't tolerate full sun all day long. They'll wilt. So you really need to keep them watered. And if you have half a day of sun, you should water them more often, but they really love shade. So the front of my house is very shady, and I have a covered porch, which makes them work well. So I guess I would have to say, as long as it's in a shady location, I think you can use them in South Florida, but as long as it's in a shady location. Karen, I love potato vines. They're my favorite accent. Me too. I love them too because they have such pretty color. You can get them in different colors, and they're such pretty colors, and the shape of a leaf, and then they just cascade so beautifully. So I like them, and they're simple. I don't like all this fuss in my gardens. The birds sound so nice, like Lisa says. Spring might really be here finally. I know, that's what I say. Thank goodness. It's been a long winter, it seems, right? It was such a tease. We had warm and cold and warm and cold, and hopefully this is it. Cindy, good morning. I'm going to try to do vegetables in containers this year. Good idea. I do my herbs in containers, and I do my vegetables I have a garden that is fenced in vegetable garden, because we have terrible deer problems here. If these hydrangeas out in my garden that I have, as soon as they start flowering, poof, bye-bye, the deer come over and eat the tops off of them. They haven't gotten that brave enough to go up onto my porch yet, but I don't know, the way they are, my husband always says they're pretty brave. They come right up to the porch. They may come up and eat them, but I have hydrangeas in the back and on the side that I planted from these gardens. They come and they just eat them. It drives me crazy. Courtney, so pretty, I love it. Oh good, I'm glad. Janet, do you have a photo from last year so we can see it blooming? Yes, actually I do. So I can post that so that you can see it. It really looks pretty. Wendy, when can we get your husband Pat on one of the broadcasts? He's going, no. But I could sneak it in and he wouldn't even know. Oh, he's walking away now. He doesn't like to be in front of the camera. Mary Ellen, do you have an envelope for plants, gardening supplies? That's a good question. That actually comes under our household expenses. So I'm careful after Christmas to not spend a lot on household stuff, so that, because I know that the cost of these items are coming up, and I do try and keep it to a minimum. That's why we have a bigger yard, and I mean, I could go crazy with it, but I try and make big statements with the pots that are around, and I try to utilize them. Ooh, that was a leaf from this tree. I try to utilize items that I can reuse. So I try to be a little bit frugal, but I do like to make them look pretty. So I have a budget for that, and I know I'm going to be spending it. Amanda, what soil do you recommend? That's a good question. We're using right now a Miracle Grow. It was on sale at it's moisture control potting soil. I don't use that kind of stuff when I'm doing my vegetables. I go with organic stuff. But for the pots, I try and get things that have some kind of moisture control in them, because it helps with keeping them not drying out so quickly. But I usually just go with whatever is on sale that has a moisture control. This one was Miracle Grow. Courtney, where do you go to buy the pots? I can't find big ones at a decent price. They're always so expensive. That's a good question. Actually, the place that I was telling you about, this Gasco Farms, they had really good prices on pots there that I've gotten in the past. And these are plastic, actually. The ones that we were in, right? They are plastic. The ones that I was showing you that I was potting in are actually plastic pots. They're not ceramic pots. But they have a look. They look like they're cement, really. But I got them at that Gasco Farms. But I've also gotten good deals at my favorite store, Home Goods. I've gotten some good deals there as well. So that's where I get my pots. And I have so many of them from so many years, and I've taken some and I've spray painted them to make them look, oh, I think we have another question. Do we? I've taken them to make them look Cindy says human hair repels some animals. Yes, that is true. That you can, when you go to the hairdresser, you can get extra hair there, ask them for it, and you can spread it around your garden. It does help to repel some animals. Buy buckets and drill holes in the bottom and use for potting. Yep, you can use anything for pots. I mean, in the backyard, I have like a tool box thing that I'm putting some herbs in. So you can use anything. When you put pretty flowers and things, they look pretty in almost anything. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this segment. I was trying to do, Mondays are going to be our top deals of the week. Tuesdays would be Ask Cindy. Wednesdays would be some kind of couponing segment. And that's what we did yesterday before I started breaking down and crying, happy tears. But you know what? I just want to say something about yesterday, why I get so emotional about things like that. Because I was in a position, I promise you I won't cry. We were in a position where we were in a lot of debt, and we were unemployed, and we had a family, and what was I supposed to do? How are we going to get by? We lived a certain lifestyle, and then we weren't going to have that. And how are we going to put food on our table? And couponing got us out of that. Couponing helped, and a budget. Again, I always talk about following Dave Ramsey and his method of budgeting and snowballing out of debt. But couponing was a huge part for me because it enabled to free up money that I did not have. And when I teach people, when I teach everybody in workshops, through these videos that I enjoy doing so much with you guys, when I teach people the process, for those that don't quite understand it, and the stockpiling, buying coupons, buying with coupons, buying when things are on sale, stocking up on it, when that concept finally clicks with people and they save, what Norma said yesterday, that she saved $7,000 last year, and this year is going to be even better for her because she doesn't have to spend as much money because she's living so much off of her stockpile and buying fruits and vegetables and meat and all those things. That's only the money that she's spending. When I see it click for somebody, and it makes that much of a difference in their life, I'm so happy for them because I know how much it changed my life and brought me to where I am today. And that is what I want for everybody. So when I see that, at times, it always touches my heart, but sometimes it just really, I see that somebody got it and is working for them in their lives. And I love that for everybody. So that's why I do this. That's why I'm here. These fun days on Thursdays, I'm going to just leave for, Better Yourself Thursday. Gardening. Last week I did bullet journaling, which I kept saying budget journaling. But if you're not familiar with that video, it was a great video on how I'm organizing my life with this budget journaling. So you can go to budgetjournal.com if you missed the video. But anyway, that is everything for today. Covered again a lot of stuff. I hope you enjoyed the flowers. I'll post a picture of the finished product while it's blooming. What's he doing? Rolling around in something. Can we see? Are you... Those little things there are what we put our pots on either side of, so they don't ruin the deck. Anyway, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much. You're done rolling? You just got a haircut. Don't get messy. That's it for today. Thank you guys for joining me as you do every day, every Monday through Thursday. I love being a part of your morning. Thank you for letting me, and have a wonderful weekend. And I hope you guys get in the garden and get your hands dirty. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Keep on couponing.